Senator Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has assured the public that crafting a substitute bill does not necessarily mean that the draft Bangsamoro Basic Law will be totally disregarded. Darlene Basingan tell us why.
The substitute bill that will be crafted by the Senate Committee on Local Government is a product of all the inputs from the stakeholders after the hearings conducted on the draft BBL. Senator Ferdinand Marcos Jr. clarified that they will not disregard the draft BBL as insinuated by some critics. Marcos explained that they still consider using the provisions in the original versions of the bill, but there are details in it that they must clarify.
You have to remember that the substitute bill that will be presented at the plenary will not be a product of only my own writing or my own ideas, but it will be the product of the ideas that will be proposed during the committee deliberations.
Some of the provisions that they need to clarify are the specific functions of offices and agencies and the power-sharing relations between the national government and the Bangsamoro government. Marcos stressed that with the substitute bill, they guarantee that there will never be a conflict between the regional and the national government. They also have to address the constitutional issues raised against the BBL, particularly those cited in the report of Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago. While there were suggestions to just amend the organic law of the autonomous region in Muslim Mindanao, this matter is yet to be decided by the committee.
Malaking amendment yan at malaking proposal na palagay ko makakatulong din yan na masagot ang sinasabi na constitutional infirmities dahil hindi na tayo nagki-create ng bagong autonomous region.
Once they finish the substitute bill, the committee will have time to study it when they resume session on July 27. Darlene Basingan reporting for Y News.
The lower house of Congress failed to pass the anti-political dynasty bill on the last day of the second regular session. Tell us why, Grace Casin.
The system of politics in the Philippines allows one family or clan to have control or lead over a number of municipalities and provinces or have relatives as members in both the House and the Senate. The House of Representatives on its part have been pushing for anti-political dynasty bill for several decades now to stop the political dynasty in the country. To date, the bill has reached the period of amendments in the lower house. Lawmakers who drafted the bill, however, were disappointed on the amendments made in the original version of the bill. On the version of the Makabayan Bloc congressman, it stated that only one member of a family would be allowed to seek elective office. Under the said bill, two or more members of a family within the second degree of consanguinity or affinity, such as parents, children, siblings, spouse, grandparents, and grandchildren who hold office or run for any elected post at the national and local levels in successive, simultaneous, or overlapping terms is already considered a political dynasty. The amended version, on the other hand, said that a political dynasty only exists when three or more members of a family hold or run office in simultaneous or overlapping term.
The way Congressman Castro described the result of my bill, diluted na siya eh. So sabi ko nga, may sulat nga ako sa kanya na huwag naman ganyan. Ito nga yung original intent yan eh.
Other lawmakers, on the other hand, wanted to insert their own amendments such as the constituency rule, which allows relatives to run for office at the same time if they are running in different provinces.
If you run in another province, then that is not the same constituency. So those related by blood can run in another province.
Because of these amendments, House Speaker Feliciano Belmonte Jr. decided not to bring the bill in the plenary to be deliberated and voted upon, and to iron out the provisions that are questionable to the lawmakers instead.
It's almost a different bill, so I said, let's redo this, no?
In the House alone, 150 congressmen will be affected should the anti-political dynasty bill be passed into law. Grace Casin reporting for Y News.